who unfortunately had to rush to another function today. I would like to speak a few words as the daughter of an army officer. So when we were growing up, we would constantly have at home, that our father was not there for long periods of time. He would be away at the border areas. When you're a young child, you don't really understand the magnitude of that. And whenever he would come home for vacations, like as we as Ramneeites go home for vacations, 2-3 months, he would come for 1 month, sometimes a little longer, to be with his family. And we would always see a cheerful smile on his face, and the pride with which I would say he, as well as all of our armed forces, serve our country, that is completely admirable. So I would say hats off to all of them who are out there protecting our country, protecting our borders. Now, I just want to go back a little bit in history to say, why are we constantly having to defend ourselves? So let's go back a few centuries, in fact, even back to 1100, 1200 AD, when India was ruled, you may have read in all your history books, under great kings such as Chandragupta Maurya, Ashoka, where India was called the Sone ki Chiriya, the golden bird. The reason for that is India's riches was so vast under those empires that the GDP of India was much higher than any of the countries in the world at that time. So we were a very, very wealthy and rich nation, and peace prevailed upon the land. So it was a very peaceful place, and therefore we have been able to, develop so many different spiritual yogic practices. However, as the time went on, we were constantly under attack, by all different dynasties that have come established in India in the 15th and 17th centuries, have taken away a lot of our riches. Some of them are still to be found in some, museums across the world. We can, even the Kohinoor diamond, which is the largest diamond in the world, belonged to India. I have to say with a little bit of regret that the Cullinan diamond, which is now on display in the Tower of London Museum, actually, it was carved out by the Dutch company, the Royal Dutch Company. They actually cut and carved that diamond, and it belonged to the British Empire, because the then king of India, who seceded to the British, had to give away his crown, which was embellished with this particular diamond. So such stories are abundant. We have seen that India has a lot of riches, and I would say still we have the power of the spirituality which we carry forward. That is our great power that we can carry out into the world, and the message of peace, and how we gained our independence with peaceful means. As we all are familiar with Gandhiji's life story, how he, as a person, has become an icon in the world for having a peaceful revolution. And even though, despite that, there were many, people have struggled for our freedom, which we must never forget. Various, stories abound, and as you have so beautifully depicted in today's performances, how our armed forces are constantly, being subjected to a lot of different pressure situations. So, with that in mind, we should hold our independence and our freedom very dear to us. So just one word on what exactly is independence. Why should we value it? Why should we value our independence? It means that we can be free citizens in this country, free to pursue our choices, free to voice our opinions, which back in the day may have been so difficult for pre-independence days. One very small example, we all are familiar with Nainital, this beautiful mall road we walk on. Back in the day, there was the upper mall and the lower mall, where the upper mall was only meant for the British people and the Indians had to walk on the lower mall road. So just some small things like this, which meant that we could not be truly free. And today we are free because of the sacrifices of all those people who are protecting our borders. So whenever you meet them, please greet them with utmost respect. And thank you so much today for having us here. And it was a delightful performance and my pleasure and honor to be here. Thank you so much.